Click play and call it work.
Hey everyone, welcome to this week's Sit and Talk. I'm not Steve like you expected. I'm Erin. You might recognize me from Wrath and Glory, shown here on twitch.tv/MiniWarGaming on Tuesday afternoons. You also might remember me from not the Sit and Talk, the Open Vaults, where I just show up randomly, and from any emails you might have sent into the company. I'm doing the Sit and Talk this week because Steve is busy right now. He's filming some games with Dave. He'll be back next week to do his Sit and Talk, where he'll actually get to the questions you left for him last week. 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah. Before Adepticon.
Yeah, before Adepticon.
So, yeah, we're going to have that thing of Erin doesn't have any, default questions to get to.
So I'm going to open the queue, super early right now, and just do not write novels, please. There is a character limit. We don't want to go hunting as much as we have to. So that should be open. And yeah, like I was saying, Steve's filming today, so he can't do a Sit and Talk. He'll be back next week, which should be the last Sit and Talk in this building.
Moving time is very soon.
Very, very soon, and we're all excited to get out of here, to be perfectly honest. Last couple of days, the amount of stuff that seemed to have gotten worse is just multiplying.
Yep. Between everyone bringing stuff back from Adepticon and being away for a couple days, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff that is gleamingly noticeable of we really need to move, and certain things aren't necessarily worth fixing when we're going to be out of here in 1 to 2 weeks. So
yeah, and then you get during Wrath and Glory this week when the pipes sound like they're going to break out of the wall this time.
Yeah, hopefully we won't have any radiator interruptions today.
Hopefully, because it's actually pretty warm in here already. We might have to open the window if they do.
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
Well.
Oh, I got a couple here, so should we start going?
I guess we might as well. Again, exclamation mark ask is the command.
Exclamation mark ask. Is the Nightbot timer on?
Nope, but I will turn it on for you.
All right, cool. Thank you. Okay, so first question I got here is from Nightlight89. What was your favorite thing about working at MiniWarGaming? Honestly, how laid back it is. Maybe not as much as when I first started here.
Yeah,
all those 10 years ago now.
Yeah, I feel like that question might have been different at different points during the job, right?
But it's the fact that I can come in, I have an idea of what my day's going to look like, and I just get through it without a whole lot of outside stress usually. Sometimes there's still. But yeah, I think that's definitely my favorite part. It's it is very nice to do that. Okay, so what do I do here? Pick next. There we go. Cool.
It worked for you?
All right, we got that part working.
Wonderful.
Okay, next question from Dylan Boyer 101. Hey Erin, if you could pick any model made plastic, what would it be and why? The Repressor. The Sisters of Valor Repressor. It's an old Forge World kit. It has rules for 8th edition. It's also one of the few vehicles right now with firing ports.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you go back and watch the game I played with Steve, I bring 2. They hold 6, I think. Is it 6 or 10? There's 6 firing ports. I think it holds 10.
Okay.
So you fill that up with flamers or meltas or heavy bolters or whatever you want, and just fly it down the field. And it's so good. I want all the Sisters players to use these. They're so good. They're so much fun. But yeah, if there's any other models I might want though, what's still in metal? That's a big question.
I mean, the thing is, it still surprises me that some of them are still cast in metal.
The on-demand stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I get when they do the re-releasing old characters and putting them out in metal, but yeah, there's quite a few things that have not yet been ported over to Finecast, which.
Yeah.
I mean, not that Finecast is the greatest, then everyone's got their opinions on it. But
I have many opinions that are based on when it was first released. Because I was here for that.
Oh
We
boy.
sent so much stuff back.
Oh really?
Because we would get models in, and the open bag packaging like we use now,
Mm-hmm.
and you could see it, and it's just there's so much bubbling that arms are broken off, that
Wow.
weapons are busted, that there's holes in the torso. It's like, how did you ship this out? Like, I know why you shipped it out because you need to get it out, but ooh,
Exactly. You're gonna spend, whatever you want to just get it out as quickly. But then when half of them end up coming back because
yeah,
the process hasn't been perfectly refined, then that's a whole other issue.
it was a thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely repressors. I'm hoping with the new Sisters line, they definitely end up doing repressors.
Right, and I mean they haven't really been talking about them lately. We haven't heard much.
There was that update a couple weeks ago with like all the iconography and stuff.
Yep, but we still haven't seen any models, have we?
No, there's only been 3D renders of models.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So like when you actually get some plastic up there, I want to see it.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see here. From Dawn Cernette. We know who you are, but tell us a bit more about your interest and what do you like to do? Like in wargaming or in general?
Is this like a what does Erin do on the weekends question?
What's your personal life like? Well, I sit at home a lot. Like if you want to just go in general, it's like, yeah, I enjoy playing my video games, which they're not what you probably expect. I play a lot of American Truck Simulator. I play a lot of golf game. Yeah, I play golf games.
It's fantastic.
Okay, so I stream on my own stuff. I'm not going to plug that right now. But I had one time where I was streaming golf.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to check my going live post afterwards, and it had been retweeted by, I guess, looks like a marketing director, some woman working with golf, getting stuff out there, who I guess probably didn't realize I was playing a video game. But I realized my numbers were a little bit high that stream, probably because of that. I also went into a 15-minute tirade against golf courses during that stream.
What?
I have a hate for golf courses because I lived between two for a couple of years.
Yes, the area here, not so much in Welland, like where MiniWarGaming is, but the surrounding areas
over
are
in Ridgeville,
covered in golf courses.
And they turn on their sprinklers in spring, like a week between each other. I had to redig my well to get water.
Oh no.
But anyway, back to this. So yeah, I like playing the simulation games. I like streaming. I do my own stream, like I said, a few times a week, and it's just a chance to sit down and relax and play through something a way that I want to, while having some interaction with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's more fun for me that way.
Yeah, it's a way to have the community part or like the involvement of a cooperative game, but still playing single player games.
I'm not just sitting there playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
And really, that came out of sitting there playing a game while on a voice chat with someone. It's
Yeah,
like, this is a lot of fun. I wish there were 6 other people in here right now that I could read.
I guess I never really thought that of streaming as more of like a next level, just voice chatting with your friends.
Yeah, it's very interactive for me like that.
Cool. Because there's been I remember back in the day just playing games and you just have I think we all just used Skype at that time. We just have a big Skype chat. There's like 6 people and you're all just playing the same. I think we played Minecraft at that time.
Minecraft or StarCraft or WoW or something.
Uh-huh. And you're just talking to your friends but also playing, and it gets that social part, but you're also getting to play your game that you want to.
Exactly. And that's just a lot of fun. But yeah, besides from that, I play a lot of Magic, I play a lot of card games. I like seeing my friends. So that's kind of my interest. So, Conrad Cruz wants to know, when will we see Erin Bat Reps on YouTube? My game with Steve was in the vault, wasn't it?
I believe it was.
Oh, goodness. I haven't had a game on YouTube. I need a game on YouTube now, Colin.
I mean, you say it like I make a schedule. I don't make that.
I mean, I had to push. Josh into a corner during an open vault to get a game before.
Literally. Well, maybe we'll have to set something up again. We'll trap him. He'll have his own office in the new building, so
we'll literally trap him.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I'm going to share a wall with that office too, so I'll just bang on every once in a while.
Hey.
Josh, give me a game on YouTube. But I hope so, because I do actually enjoy playing. I like 8th edition. I like what it's done.
Mm-hmm.
It's cleaned up a lot of what I didn't like from 7th. Although I'm sure they'll go back to that eventually.
Right. Just like what it seems like in most editions, is it starts with the very streamlined and then it bulks its way up.
Yeah.
And then something new has to kind of come out to bring it all back down. And we'll see if GW holds up to their quote of 8th edition is the last edition. But I doubt that.
I would never think that. No. Just no.
No,
I don't think I'd want it to be the last edition, to be honest.
No, and I don't think it makes sense for them in a financial sense either.
Yeah. Although Luke has been getting into 2nd edition lately too.
That's true. Yeah, they're
so maybe he's still interested in that for a while. Maybe we'll jump into one of those.
Yeah, because you did play your 2nd edition tournament.
Yep, I did pretty well
at Adepticon, which was very cool. It's nice to see like that. The people who are still passionate about the editions that they like, they're still the people who will also play.
Yeah.
And something like Adepticon or any other kind of convention like that, or even some like online groups can kind of keep those people still together and talking, and still be able to share the edition/game that they love.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly that. I got nothing to add to there. So, in response to your question, hopefully soon. Okay. Erin from Joe8170. Erin, Grey Knights, Grey Knits, thoughts. Thoughts on Grey Knights. I wish they'd stop shooting sisters. Colin's gone now.
Yep.
That is the single dumbest piece of lore in all of 40K.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. It's like, no, the great incorruptible Grey Knights have to become more incorruptible by killing the incorruptible oversight of the Imperium. I don't know. But Grey Knights like themselves, I like Grey Knights. I like the look of them. I think they're really cool. The silver armor, the storm bolters, like wrist-mounted storm bolters, the big halberds. They look awesome. Terminators just look so cool.
Mm-hmm.
So you get all that, and then it's even bigger.
Exactly.
And they're intimidating. And they've got the unique helms with the medieval look to them. It's like, oh, just everything about this is yes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And the fact that every Space Marine kind of has their specialization, but I feel like the Grey Knights is the most like, we do X task, and we do it very well.
We hunt demons really good.
Exactly.
Except lore-wise, they're not as good as the Exorcisers, but that's a whole different issue. When the Exorcisers put you through a thing, you actually survive somehow. Usually. Sometimes.
And shout out to Malicious91, of course, for 100 bits. Thank you very much, sir.
Bits. Thank you, Malicious.
We also had 10 earlier from Big Bang A1, so thank you for your bits.
Thank you, Big Bang. And I'd like to say congratulations to Malicious and to Dr. Vulcan, who I see in here as well, on getting their mod status.
Yes, we've been finally expanding out, and I think it was time to get some community mods in there.
I haven't been able to sit on chats as much lately, so it's nice to know that there's people watching it.
Exactly. So they are the first community mods we have put out there. So yeah, it was Dr. Vulcan, Malicious, and Geofits. Yeah, those were the three that you'll see in chat, and there will be more when we start to build up the stream a little bit bigger. But thank you guys for doing the good work of.
It's really appreciated.
Yeah, makes all of our lives a little easier.
And it's one of those things where we talked about it before, but we didn't know who to.
Mm-hmm.
And names start popping. It's like, okay, now we need you.
and it was that thing of, I remember I was like, I would like to do that before the next 24-hour live stream, and then with everything else getting ready, that was one of the things I forgot, and
yeah,
that's totally when it would have been necessary to have them. So
Yeah, but, live and learn. We're ready for the next one now. I'm going to keep moving on here to Squealy Pigs. Is this a one-off, or as I hope, he'll become a regular instead? It's probably a one-off. Steve is just out filming right now. Wasn't able to get time to do this, so I was asked and volunteered.
Yeah.
It's probably just going to be a one-off.
Well, we'll try to make it a one-off every so often, maybe even that. See if we can.
I like this. I don't mind staying in front of a camera anymore. Not near as much as I did a couple years ago, which is a whole different story. Okay. Crow46 wants to know, how did I start working here? So, 10.5 years ago, because we're in April now, so April is when I got hired for the office. 6 months before that is when I got hired for the store. So 10.5 years ago, we were upstairs, right above where we are now. And in that space was the offices that were kind of busy, but they also opened it up on Wednesday nights for a local club. I started going to the local club. I was a pretty regular member there. I got to know Dave and Matt and Mike Cousins, who's now Epic Deck Mike, when he worked here. I got to know them, and they were looking for people to watch the store on Wednesday nights, so me and Fireman Tim volunteered for that.
Okay. Because this was that just because they wanted to keep it open longer and they just needed people
They weren't able to make it in every week, is the
Okay.
thing. And they wanted to start opening up on Saturdays, too.
Okay.
So they're like, okay, we got this. We'll rotate. That's not a problem. Then it got to that Tim started taking on more stuff with the fire station. I think he actually became a chief.
Oh.
Fire chief? Is that what it's called?
There is chiefs.
Captain?
There are chiefs in fire departments.
He's in charge of people who put out fires. That's really cool.
They have to listen to what he says.
Yes. So he went to do that, and that opened it up where it was really just me watching it from then on. So then they were looking to expand the office staff as well, about 6 months after that, because Matt's sister-in-law, I think it was doing the shipping beforehand. And she was going to go on maternity leave, wasn't going to be coming back.
Okay.
So they tried hiring a few people, they did a few interviews, and nobody worked out. I guess that's when Mike was talking to Matthew upstairs and asked, hey, have you talked to Erin? She's in here and she hates her current job, which I did. I hated the job I had before this. So I get a call. This was on one of those like pseudo holidays, like the bank holidays where things are closed, but you still got to go to work.
Yeah. If you don't have a government job, you working like the rest of the world.
So I was in the office, my boss wasn't. So Matthew calls me and he says, okay, be very careful with this. I need to know how much you like your current job. I just did a quick look around the office. No. No, I do not.
Without a second thought, right?
Okay, would you like to come work here? Yes. When can I start? So I finished off the week at that job. And then started here on the Monday, right before I got married.
Oh, okay.
So I worked a week to figure out the job, was gone for a week for the honeymoon, and then came back to try and figure out the job again.
You're like, what was all that training I just did? I totally forgot it all.
Thankfully, the software I'm using now is the exact same I was using then, because Canada Post never updates anything. So it's not that hard to figure out.
Okay.
Anyone can learn that thing. Trust me. But yeah, that's how I started working here. It was a random phone call when they just needed someone to fill a spot.
Yeah, that's, awesome. It was one of those, I guess, worked out for both parties in that sense.
Yeah.
They needed someone to cover and you needed a new job, so boom.
And then I gave them my money because I worked here and they sold product.
Right.
Oh, okay. Moving right along with Zergalurgadirk. I get to read a Zergalurgadirk question.
Ooh.
This is great. So, Erin, knowing you play Sisters, when the new models come out, are you planning on starting over with all new or just adding to the force? Adding.
Still gonna keep some of your metal ones?
I've got, 1250, 1500 points on the shelf there. I'm going to keep adding to that because I don't want to start from scratch. I hate starting from scratch. Like, even when we had the shift of Marines from 25mm bases to 32, I still kept the 25mm bases because, like, I'll get to them eventually when I filled a bit more and I can go back and fix it. I don't know how I'm going to rebase metal models with tiny ankles, but I'll find a way.
Yeah, you just have to be careful pulling them off.
Yeah, they're all slaughter bases too.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun.
So I've got to cut around to that, cut the slaughter off, put them on a 32, get them to stick there somehow.
Yeah, hopefully you don't have to like pin them all to the bases.
That's probably what I'll end up having to do, but I don't think I can find a pin small enough.
Yay!
Or it'll just be like the heel, the front, and just a pillar right there. It's like, whatever, we'll make it work.
Yes, malicious. Lots and lots of super glue.
Lots of, oh my goodness. And that super glue activator.
That too.
Just a ton. So yeah, there you go. I'm just gonna add on. SC Castle 85. As someone new to tabletop, what armies would you recommend for an Age of Sigmar? I haven't played Age of Sigmar. I didn't even play the first edition of Age of Sigmar.
Well, you didn't miss much there.
I know.
It is worth hopping in now.
Yeah, that's what it looks. It looks like a lot of fun. The problem I have right now is I don't have an army that really grabs my attention, which is really the advice I would give for starting any game. Is find an army that grabs your attention.
Yep.
Like, visually. Because, yeah, if you like the look of them all, you'll stick with them beyond just starting to paint them and just starting to assemble them. You'll want to see them finished, and you'll want to see them on a table. And if the rules aren't great, that's what erratas are for. Just hold out.
And yeah, there's also the other point of don't go in trying to build like the most overpowered list and just trying to worry about making sure your army's, you know, at full capacity or, you know, full power, because especially if you're new, you will have a loose grasp on the rules and you won't even be able to play it at max power level anyway.
Yep.
So just have fun, and that's going to be your biggest.
Yeah, and that's something that gets lost a little bit in talking about things like the point of the game is to have fun. The objective is to win. As long as you're having fun, the objective is whatever. But you get to that eventually. But yeah, whatever army really grabs your fancy, you want to run with that, it'll turn out great. Unfortunately for me, that's the old Empire models for me. The 15th and 16th century Germans with black powder handguns, because that's what I'd want to play.
Yeah, again, there's still no human faction necessarily that's really come out for Age of Sigmar.
It's kind of disappointing. Because, well, I don't always play the human factions. I like seeing them as a baseline in the setting.
Yeah, it's a good way.
I'm human. I'm very human-centric. Sorry.
Right. They're typically one of the most relatable, if not the most relatable armies in games like this, typically. So it's a good baseline to then build off of, too.
Yeah. From Kurt Wisdom89. Quick thanks for sending out our Blue Collar Heresy stuff after the Go game. No problem. That's what I was hired for.
And she is. Are you? How much of the live stream giveaways have you been able to send out so far?
Some.
Some? Okay.
I actually have no clue. I've finished off this room, so the stuff that was done overnight. I'm going through Dave's stuff right now, and there's a dent in that table of his. So I'm getting through it eventually.
Okay, so yeah.
I don't know how far back it goes is the thing. So like while I'm grabbing 5 items from the front at a time, like I don't know how long I've got to do this. I'm hoping to have them done early next week.
Okay.
I'm counting as many people as I can. Trusty Broom. That's a good name. I like that. Erin, you've been challenged to a duel of death. Okay, we're going to need you to find this one.
Timestamp.
At 14:05:49.
Oh, fuck.
The duel will consist of Playing a tabletop game against an opponent, which game would you... Oh, it's probably just...
Would you pick and why?
Yeah. Duel consists of playing tabletop games. Which game would you pick and why? Mercs. Because nobody plays Mercs.
Okay.
Mercs is... It's a few years old now. It's pretty much stopped getting supported from what I remember. But yeah, you have factions in a cyberpunk world. You either play as one of the corporations or the freedom fighters. And there's no points for the system. You just choose a number of models.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's similar to Arena Rex like that.
Okay.
Where it's like, yeah, it's 5-on-5. Here's my 5 models. And yeah, I would pick that because nobody plays it. So I have the advantage going in. Griff 2K9 wants to know, why are kobolds my favorite? Do you mean kobolds or kobolds? Because kobold is a wrestler on the indie scene.
I think that's definitely what he's talking about.
He's the Goblin King and wonderful. I love watching him. But kobolds are indeed my favorite fantasy race. They are the absolute underdog. Like, mechanically, challenge rating 1/3. You need 3 kobolds to stand up to 1 level 1 human.
As a fair-ish fight.
Yeah. It's like, so they have all that going against them. They're physically weak. They get pushed around. They get controlled by whatever creature's strongest in their area, which influences how they act and everything. But gosh darn it, are they smart. Kobold traps are wonderful.
Kobold traps kill parties.
They do. You want to do a player up, you send them through Tucker's Kobolds.
Mm-hmm.
That's not even a question. And because the parties never see it coming either. That's it. That's why kobolds are...
Yeah, they're always that thing that when the party sees them, they're always like, nah, I got this. And so they're easily underestimated.
Oh yeah, it's like, it's a kobold, what's it going to do? Oh, there's 3 pit traps between me and it, and I can't find any of them because its trap making skill is higher than mine detect. Oh darn it. Oh. T-Shube? I think that's how you say it. TSCHUBBE. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Hey Erin, when can I play a match against you or Cullen? I don't think you'll be able to play one against me. But I assume you mean like coming into the office here and playing a game. I don't think you'd be able to play one against me because I'm not a content producer. Cullen, you might have a chance with.
I mean, it's literally whenever things happen and my schedule's free enough. And I mean, who knows with the move and everything coming up. But if you schedule it early enough with Josh, then we might be able to work something out for you. But also, some of these things might be more common once we, have a gaming space in the new building too.
Yeah, I was going to get to that. It's like when we move, there's going to be a store in the front with gaming space, which means we just got to hang around after work.
Right.
Which I am okay with.
And that is something I'm really looking forward to for the new building, so we can actually... Because it's that thing too, sometimes around here, like, you don't want to ask people to play because everyone plays during the day, and it's just like, oh, I know you just played all day, but do you want to play another game after work? Like, so
Or when they say they do, stuff might still come up.
Right.
Yeah.
So having a place that, you can kind of hang around and either start to build up a small community or whatever.
Or just get one-offs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll play 1,000-point one-off games forever.
Yeah,
that doesn't bother me at all.
Right, just throw some new stuff down. Again, we're not looking for power or anything like that, but just especially when you have a bunch of stuff that you never really get to use often.
Like 1,200 points of sisters.
Mm-hmm.
I've been able to play 2 games with. That'll hopefully be a thing when we move.
And it's probably one of the things I'm looking forward to the most about
totally.
the new building.
My bank account isn't looking forward to it.
On-site store is dangerous.
Yeah, I remember when we had one. Malicious91 wants to know, what are your thoughts on Dave's Tau challenge? Good.
I think it's wonderful.
It's great. He spent how many years going on about this hatred of Tau, and I think he just has to play them.
Yeah.
He has to give them a chance, and they'll be his new favorite faction.
If that happens, I will never stop laughing.
Like, not to his face, because he might drop them again.
Yeah, exactly.
But when he's not looking, totally.
It's going to be like, oh, what are all these town models doing in your office, Dave? Oh,
When he starts spitting out stats and tactics to me, like, just in the middle of the hallway, it's like, yes. You just had to give him a chance. Imagine that. I'm looking forward to it. Brad Religion 1975, you're welcome for starting that rant. Yes, Brad was in my stream when I started the golf course rant.
Oh, really?
And then kept encouraging me to keep going. Thank you, Brad. I appreciate it. VJ Morph, Erin, do you spend a lot of time doing madness as it seems, or does it just coincide with Open Vault a lot? There is a lot of time with madness because either I will be shipping out orders for distributors, or I'll be restocking for future distributor orders.
Yeah, it's that one thing that the magnets are still like a thing that we do, and it's not just kind of like
it's not a thing we can ignore.
Yeah, it's not one of those like throwaway side projects. No, it's a decent little bit of money we make on the side, so it's...
As much as I'm ignoring them this week, I'm trying to get everything else done before we move. But yeah, I do spend a lot of time on magnets, and if you didn't see that, you just see me answering emails or posting content. There isn't a whole lot to my job outside of that until stuff like a 24-hour stream happens, and then I've got to fit all of those things in with my normal schedule.
Yes.
Yeah, I work 40 hours a week. Now I've got to cram more stuff in that 40 hours. But it's alright. Because I know I'll get it done eventually, and it'll be better then.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan Bauer 101 is back. What new army in 40k would you like to see, and why, and what would its playstyle be? Huh. Because 40k is really good on playstyles right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like a style, even just something that they don't have, but we've got everything from high model count to low model count to
glass cannon, tanks.
Super resilient.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of everything.
I wouldn't mind seeing glass cannon get a little bit of a boost.
Yes.
Like how the Dark Elder were in like 4th and 5th edition. Maybe not so much 4th. 5th edition. Where you could take a lot of the high power weaponry for pretty cheap and get it out on the board, but if anything targeted you, were dead.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think in all of 5th edition when I played Dark Elder that I rolled a save.
Just was not your edition.
Everything was, like, bolters were AP 5. That's when they didn't have minuses instead of...
Yeah.
They just had flat APs, like 5, okay? Well, this squad's gone.
Boop.
That's okay, because the witches are not going to take you over. Honestly, the style I'd like to see is something a little better at close combat. Because there's still... The game is very focused still towards shooting, from what I've seen. I wouldn't mind something that gets around a few of the rules for that.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, the charging doesn't seem as good as it was in past editions.
Yeah.
So, I can see that totally.
As for what army I would like to see, squats. I'm just going to reset that clock again. That's twice this week, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I do actually have some models in a case somewhere. It's an old squad I found on eBay.
Oh.
I wouldn't mind getting more, because there are rules in 2nd edition. So I wouldn't mind getting some more of those. Honestly, I'd like to see just some older stuff brought back, like as kind of like mercenary models or something.
Okay.
So you like squats or zotes or enslavers.
Some like a faction or a group of units that doesn't necessarily have an allegiance, but can kind of be mixed into almost anything that you would want. That would be kind of cool.
Because I like when stuff like that is around, more than just mixing by
like the Imperium keyword.
Imperium or Chaos keywords. I'd rather see something like this joins your army. It doesn't really get a whole lot of benefits, but it's good at what it does.
Yeah.
That's what I really liked in Hordes and War Machine.
Yeah, the ability to ally in the mercs and
Yeah, the pigs and the goblins and the whatever that faction
Gatorman.
Chris played was.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Magnus. That was his name. It's something that I've always liked seeing, and I wouldn't mind seeing more actually.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can go full Dogs of War from old Warhammer Fantasy,
Yes.
here's my mishmash of named regiments. Have at you.
Yeah, that was actually something. There was at Adepticon. There's all those big boxes of old miniatures, and there was one labeled Dogs of War, and I was like, I don't want to buy anything. I'm just gonna open this to look at it though.
I didn't even open it.
Oh, I was just like, oh, it's so old and so cool.
This one's got a little bit of lead rot. No, I did that with the old Necron models, though.
Yeah, you came back with one, or did you come back with more than?
I came back with $140 worth.
Whoo! Okay.
Yeah, it's a good thing I didn't buy a whole lot else. Just food.
Yeah. It is a hard place to try to refrain from spending more money than you should.
I got lucky in that last year I spent a lot of money, which I still probably shouldn't have. So when I went this year, it's like, okay, there's a couple things I want, there's a couple things I need, and then I'm free.
Yep.
It's like I needed some new dice. I wasn't able to get around here to pick any up, so I picked those up. I wanted some more models for Arena Rex, so I picked those up. And then I was free for the rest of the weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Dogs War, Squats, Zotes, and more close combat. To answer all of that question. Lamellar Lucy 41162. Lamellar, like the old Greek armor? Possibly. Hi, Erin. What armies do you play? I play in 8th edition Sisters of Battle. I have a list of just dreadnoughts that I haven't been able to play yet.
Dreadnoughts.
Yeah, there's like a dozen of them.
So many dreadnoughts.
And I've got to repack them actually before we move. I love dreadnoughts. They're so cool. Like more than other vehicles or walkers in 40K, I love dreadnoughts.
There's something so quintessentially 40K about them.
Yeah. Just walking behemoth of death and metal. I have played World Eaters with Horned Demons. I have played Old Dark Eldar. I mean, like the 3rd edition Codex. I have played Space Marines. I have some Celestial Lions on the shelf right now still that get folded in with the Sisters of Battle. No, I haven't played anything in Age of Sigmar because, like I said, nothing caught my fancy. In Fantasy, I played Empire, Tomb Kings, Ogres, Orcs and Goblins for a little bit. So yeah, it's a very wide spread of stuff I do. If you want to go to 2nd edition, I play Exiled Eldar, so cavalry based. And Arena Rex, it doesn't really matter because there's a lot of overlap.
Okay. And the radiator's back.
There it goes. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me?
Hello, friend.
MiniWarGaming for Life asks, Erin, have you been over to the Bunker and claimed your office space yet? I think you should have a prime location since you're an OG MiniWarGamer. I have been over to the Bunker now. We went a couple weeks ago. Dave was doing a tour for a few of us. And I've seen my office space. It's right in front of Cullen and behind the main hallway.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at getting that set up. The stuff I have right here for my office isn't going to work very well. One, because it's all very bulky, and two, because half it's broken. I've had a lot of that stuff since I started here, let's be honest.
Yes. Again, it'll be nice to refresh some of the stuff that's just being literally held together with tape and other...
Not even tape at some points. Just friction.
Just friction and willpower at this point?
Yeah. But yeah, like, I've got a double-sized black shelf there. So I'm going to steal one of the ones from the warehouse and go down to half that size. I'm going to get a smaller desk, I'm going to replace my 2 monitors with one ultra-wide monitor. I'm going to see if I can do something about my computer. Because what I have now is the old streaming machine.
The old streaming
For
machine.
when Matthew tried it 5 years ago? 6 years ago?
I think it was, yeah.
Did we still have the store open during that? I don't remember. I don't think we did. Maybe we did. Yes, we did. Gosh, that would be more than 6 years ago now.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure when I came back, or when I first was here, it was 5 years ago, and there wasn't any streaming that was other than Chris.
Yeah.
Chris would do his.
He would do his own stuff once in a while from the computers here.
Yes.
But yeah, this was the computer he originally got when he tried it the first time. Wasn't a big fan of it then. Glad it's grown on him now. But yeah, it's old. It's very bulky. That sounds like it's going to break.
Like, I feel like I hear water.
I hear water. I also hear creaking coming from that corner. That is terrifying. But yeah, it's the old stream machine, like I said. It's very big, it's very bulky. It was full of capture cards. And it's like, I don't make that much use of it, actually. I've recently been going over a lot of what the stuff I do, and I've been running a lot of it out of, like, Google Docs. Or I will, like, the main things I need an actual PC for are Photoshop and the shipping software. Fortunately, I can't run those on my Chromebook. So it's like, okay, maybe I look at getting something new in the next few years that's smaller, a little less powerful. Yeah.
But just able to run the basics, because, again, no heavy workloads.
No. It's like I'm not rendering video. I'm uploading a little bit. I'm uploading the backup files and whatnot, but yeah, that's about it. But yeah, my office space looks really sweet. The only 2 issues I remember having were I forgot to check where the outlets were.
Okay.
So I don't know how many outlets are in the office actually, or where they are. So I've got to check that again when we get in there. So that'll affect the layout. And the server box is in there.
Okay.
I've got this 2x2x2 box sitting on the wall.
Fun.
In the room's like, okay, I can work around that. That is not a problem.
Okay.
Also, I kind of want to put a TV in there. I've got a big wall between the doors that I can't really do anything else with, so maybe I'll just put a TV in.
Nice.
I'll run Netflix all day or something.
Yeah, get yourself like a little Chromecast or something.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Just boop, off to the races.
Squealy picture playing from before saying, boo, we need more Erin sit and talk. I appreciate it. Remember to send that to Josh at MiniWarGaming.com or Matthew at MiniWarGaming.com. Aitsu 111. So when we gonna have that NID versus whatever you're playing guilty? I don't know.
Was something promised?
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
So Aitsu's my boyfriend.
Oh,
And I
okay.
promised to paint some NIDs for him.
Okay.
And I ordered NIDs and they never came in.
Oh.
Well, I didn't really order them because I didn't give any money. I thought, Dan. I'm pretty sure I told Dan. Or I had Josh tell Dan, maybe. Someone told Dan.
Dan was supposed to be told.
And I haven't got them in yet. So I was like, okay, I'll wait till we get in to the place now. I might as well just pick them off the shelf. Because it'll take me like no time to paint.
Mm-hmm.
Fitzybod, Erin, did Dave lose it over the towel? He has to paint and play. I wasn't awake for that, actually. And I haven't gone back and watched the VOD.
It's pretty funny.
I'm sure. I was sent a picture the day after of the moment when his heart breaks where he realized he has to do this. That was pretty funny. But yeah, I left here at what? 7:30 that morning?
Mm-hmm. I
went
think so.
I went and got on the bus, got home around 8, and I slept till 12:30.
I don't blame you.
And then I came back and started working. Because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, the Wednesday to Thursday was like, we should have done it Thursday to Friday, and then we would have had a weekend afterwards.
Yeah. But then I would have had a weekend for emails to pile up.
Also true.
It's never really a good time for me to have a big influx of emails going, this is the problem we're having. Oh God, I can't fix that right now.
And
Jim, please help.
Thank you, Dr. Vulcan, for gifting another sub. He is now at 93 gifted subs. So Squealy Pigs is now a subscriber.
Congratulations, Squealy Pigs. Yeah, that broke my train of thought there. Sorry. Real quick, Zergalurgadurg again. So Primal Battle Royale, pre-heresy, so no chaos names. Melee weapons open. Melee weapons only. Who wins and why?
Now you get to answer the question.
Just melee weapons?
Yep.
Cruz.
You think it's Curse?
Nobody sees him.
Spooky Night Haunter?
Yeah. Spoopy Batman's going to kill everyone. Because they'll never see him. The rest of them will get into a big circle somewhere and start hitting each other. And then they'll just swing him and just one or two left.
He also seems to be the one that would probably care the least about killing any of the other ones.
Yeah.
Where some of them might have a little bit of hesitation of killing their brothers. Courage is just like, nah, death.
Or a couple of them will want one, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They'll go after their most hated person. And then again, Courage just comes in and, I don't care, dead.
Yeah. Now, I assume this is like lore-based and not rules-based, because I don't know the rules for the 40k Primarchs. Or the Heresy Primarchs. I never got into Horus Heresy because I just can't do the Founding Legions that much.
If you were to, do you know what Legion you would play? To throw in my own question?
Oh, which Legion would I play if I could get over my bias against them? Oh, honestly, probably Ultramarines.
Oh yeah,
because they are the my understanding of the lore is they're the most balanced, at least. It's like they're not just close combat, they're not just fortifications. They are able to do all of it. Maybe not as well as the other legions are, but they're able to adjust.
Mm-hmm.
And that is really important to me.
Okay, just being the more jack of all trades.
More flexible, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, Gaza 288 wants to know Bjorn or Ashmantle, and why is it Bjorn? Who's Ashmantle? Who's Bjorn?
The Dreadnought?
Maybe? Is Ashmantle a Dreadnought?
I know Bjorn's
that does sound familiar now.
Bjorn's a Dreadnought, right? Yes.
Let's look this up real quick.
We have the internet at our fingertips. Was it going to run really slow off that computer?
Brave Ashmantle is... Oh, Ancient Hero of the Salamanders. Right. That one. Ooh. Ashmantle.
That's a cool looking Dreadnought.
I know.
That's the one with the big, like the Salamander's head on it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I love Bjorn. He's so cool. He has such good history and lore. I love the grumpy old curmudgeon. They wake up every once in a while to tell stories of Russ.
Yes.
And that's really why I want Russ to come back in 40k. Like, I want to see Bjorn's reaction to this.
Just, oh!
You do live. But yeah, Ashmantle, totally. Laminar Lucy, I'll wake up at 3 a.m. every week for Erin Sit Talk. I don't think they'd let me do it every week. that might be a bit much.
Right. But we appreciate your support.
Squealy Pig will send an email to Matthew and Josh at the end of this. Okay.
It's starting.
Yep. This is how I get into everything. Dylan Boyer, 101. What's your favorite model to build and paint? I wish it was Sisters. Because that would be so good right now. Try to get through them all. Oh, my favorite model to build and paint. I love building dreadnoughts. I don't paint them too well, though, because all my stuff is done up as Deathwatch.
Okay.
So it's like black primer, silver weapon, bits.
Done.
Yeah. It's like, I like how simple it is. I like how clean it can be. Mine isn't, because I kind of dirty it up because I can. Basic Marines are actually really fun to put together, too. I haven't put together any of the actual Primaris kits. I've done like the starter set ones, which were okay. I could see having more options with that being a lot of fun. Yeah, I can tell you it's not anything from Arena Rex, because their models are true scale, so they're very fiddly.
I bet.
Especially when you're trying to get someone to stand on their toes on a base. But it's okay, because she's awesome in the game, and I would do it again. Yeah. Handgunners were always fun. So the Mordheim band I have for Norn. No, not Norn.
No.
Nuln. Thank you. I was thinking Nord for some reason. For Nuln, like I actually tried to do like a wood grain pattern on their rifles in that one.
Oh,
That
cool.
was a lot of fun to learn.
Cool.
I didn't quite get it, but it was a lot of fun.
It was that thing that if you practiced a little bit more, you think you could?
I probably could.
Cool.
If maybe by the 15th one, I would have it.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Cool. I've always wanted to try that, but it's just, especially when you're looking at like 40 of them or like 20 of them, you're like, oh, so many over and over again.
Especially when you do them as the Canadian regiments of 1812 and they're all red and gray and you fall asleep painting them.
Now, did you have the full half red and then the full half gray, or did you have the opposite pant leg and arm?
Gray pants, red shirt.
Okay. That's not too bad. I was the one that made the terrible decision to go Averland and do the yellow and green in opposite one leg, and then the opposite arm being that color.
I did one Howling Griffin and that was enough. It was neat to do because I hadn't done a quarter pattern before, but yeah, one was enough.
Yeah, it was regrets. I have many regrets.
But actually, I'm going to cheat a little bit here and say my favorite model to paint and build was actually my Exodites.
Oh, okay.
Getting in the Saurus Knights and the Wild Riders / Sisters of the Thorn Box and getting them to line up and actually be posed and all that, I had a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah, the actual the kit bashing and doing all that.
Going a little bit freeform was really fun.
Cool. Again, that's another thing I've never really done a full-on kit bash, and it's always, it scares me. It's like I have to buy twice the models and hope I don't mess it up.
And hope your plan works out.
Exactly.
My plan didn't quite work out for the Wraith Guard I did. Because I figured, I'll buy the Wraith Guard and I'll buy the Dryad box. And I'll just mix and match pieces. Oh, this doesn't line up quite, actually. They're the wrong size. These are closer to the next trees up. Oh, dear.
Oh, you need them a little bit bigger?
Yeah, not the Dryads, the ones up from that. Come in a box of 3.
Kurnoth hunters?
Yes, I believe so.
The bigger guys with the swords or the bows?
Yes.
Yeah, Kurnoth hunters.
That's what I should have gone with for the Wraith Guard. It would have looked a lot better, would have been more intimidating. But, I've got a little bit of tree bit on them now, so it works. I could do better. Maybe if I do another box, I'll do better. Oh, MiniWarGaming for life. Erin, are you a fan of Are you a Game of Thrones fan? If so, what are your thoughts on the upcoming season? Confession: I haven't watched Game of Thrones and I haven't read A Song of Ice and Fire.
Oh, it's a slippery slope.
I imagine I know my mom's read most of Ice and Fire.
Okay.
Never really got into it.
I know that I would never be able to read that book because I'm a super slow reader, and it's a thick one, and that would seriously take me so long to do. It's I don't even consider it like a doable task.
Yeah, like when I read through Lord of the Rings a couple of years ago, I actually had to set aside like 2 or 3 hours a night to do it. And even then, it took me probably 2 months.
Right. Reading books of that nature, if you're not one of those people who just like looks at a page and you're like, done, next page.
Yeah. You can't read every word.
Exactly. It's tough. And then, yes, I know there are audiobooks out there, but then audiobooks also are super long.
Yeah, my commute isn't that long.
That's the thing. Like, I'm almost jealous of Luca a little bit for having his decent commute.
Yeah.
Because he can read. I mean, he's always listening to Horus Heresy novels.
And he's so up to date on it.
I know, because he can listen to it for 45, 50-minute chunks. Where if I was to do that, I would be listening to it in 15-minute chunks.
And then GW puts out like the audio dramas too now.
Mm-hmm.
Audio dramas, not audio dramas.
Audio dramas.
I caught that one. They put I'd love to listen to those, but I just don't make time for it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because there's that one with the tank commander behind enemy lines with the broken tank.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what it's called. It sounded really cool, but maybe I'll get into it someday.
Maybe.
Next. Circular, speaking of Battle Royals, are you excited for WrestleMania? This is more confession. I don't follow WWE. I keep up to date somewhat on the indie scenes. I'm really interested in AEW right now. Usually I mostly follow individual wrestlers. Like I will follow Ali from TNA. I'll follow Rosemary. I'll follow a couple local ones like Psycho Mike Rollins, like RJ City. That's mostly what I do. Lufisto, Sienna, yeah.
You're not necessarily dedicated to a
Yeah, I'm not dedicated to a company. I'm dedicated to individuals.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, who isn't excited for WrestleMania every year? I watch what I can when I can. Like, I actually just had it the other day where on Facebook, when the memories came up, was from WrestleMania a few years ago. It was... What are their names? Orton, dude. Seth Rollins and Randy Orton in the outdoor arena and the big jumping RKO thing they did. And, like, that was fun to see again. I have no idea anything about this. I know you don't.
I don't follow any of this, so this is all words.
Yep. What brushes would you recommend for painting? Oh, from Bondice. Hey, Erin, what brush would you recommend for painting? I use Citadel from the GW site. I've never really been big on the GW brushes themselves. Something about them always felt a bit too chunky. Which is going to make it really weird when I say that I mainly use Army Painter. Because their handles are just as chunky, they're just a different shape.
They're good old triangle handles?
Yeah. Like, I like my Army Painter stuff. And they're cheap, so if I really destroy the things, I can replace it mostly easily.
Yeah, I'm a bad one for... I always... You know, they always say never get the paint to the end of the bristles, but I always manage to do it.
Somehow, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I try to be aware of it, and then I always make a mess, so I'm in the same boat of... Yes, I know that there's very expensive brushes, and, you know, they might make my painting a little bit easier, but I don't... The maintenance of them.
Yeah.
And
I don't take good enough care of them to invest that much.
Yeah.
If you are going to take care of them, then yeah, invest.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally worth it. I would really suggest watching any of Chris's stuff on brush maintenance.
Yes, for sure.
He's really good. I think he's using the same brushes he's used since he got here, to be perfectly honest.
He's a madman. It's something else. I wish I had that like dedication to keeping things clean, but by the time I'm like finished painting stuff, I'm so like, just get the brush with water, clean it off, I'm done. I'm just so I just need to walk away.
Yeah, totally. Landmother Lucy again. Y'all ever punch someone? Yeah, a few times.
Y'all, eh?
Y'all is a good word. It's gender neutral.
That's true.
Yeah, so the guys around here used to play a game called Get Down, Mr. President. It's basically where you're sitting in a room and you put your hand on your ear, and whoever does the last gets jumped. I didn't care for the game, so I didn't play along. And they actually tried jumping me once. I kicked Steve in the face and I punched Quirk in the head.
Yeah. I think they learned their lesson.
They didn't do it a whole lot after that. It's like, no, I don't feel like playing this. Stop. Okay, and then you get kicked and punched.
Yeah, we have the big rule here that let's like things like that and pranks. It's just like let's not begin that because
It will spiral out of control so fast.
the escalation is scary.
Like, these are people who will escalate a miniature war game, Arms War, from 0 to 100 over a weekend.
Yes.
Because they can.
Yes, that is exactly how things work. So any sort of pranks or anything that can be escalated like that will always just end up poor for somebody.
Now, to be fair, I have fallen into that before when we started collecting Nerf guns around here. That's why I have a big heavy bolter sitting above my desk. And it's beautiful and I love it.
Fantastic. Yeah, you guys all had Nerf guns for a little while, didn't you?
Yep, because we needed them because someone was going to be stupid.
You need to protect yourself.
Oh yeah, totally. Oh, I got one more from Squealy Pigs. Erin, what's your favorite band / singers? And have you heard of Nightwish? I have heard of Nightwish. I haven't seen them though. My favorite band is Korpiklani. They're from Finland. They do folk metal. It's a lot of fun. I've seen them live 3 times. They're actually the big patch on my battle vest. Other than that, yeah, Sabaton. I actually like the Goth Rockers. I have all their albums. And
That's wonderful.
Yeah, I have this up, and I've listened to it, and I'm so excited they're coming in July to play. Like, I am jumping in there.
That's gonna be exciting.
I like, not my favorite, but I definitely have listened to like Skyclad, and a lot of like folk metal stuff. So Tyr, of course I can't remember any names right now. That would be helpful. But I also like some more off stuff, like Baby Metal's cool. I like Baby Metal, so what? Gosh, why I can't remember any names right now. I'm just trying to think. Like, I have a vest of just pins and patches of bands I like, and I can't think of any of them.
Blanking on them.
Ailstorm I've seen live. Ailstorm actually has. It's now the funniest story I have from a concert. So, I don't know if this is like a European thing or whatnot, but when Ailstorm was playing in Toronto a couple years ago, I went. And at some point, they were doing Nancy's Tavern. And just stand there singing along as you do at a concert. And then all of a sudden, I see this whole section of the mosh pit drop. It's like, what? They're all on the floor, rowing.
Like sculling?
Yep.
What?
I looked over, like, that's weird. Oh, that side's doing it too. That's weird.
You're just like, why am I in the middle of this?
It's like, this is pretty cool, actually. Then I went back and watched the concert from, like, Vakken, and they do the same thing there. So I was like, okay, this is actually a thing that happens.
Huh.
Before that, the funniest story was Korpiklani, where line dancing broke out.
That is another one that I would not expect.
Yep, I didn't expect to get pulled into that, but that was really sweet, actually. And then the third funny story is also from the Ailstorm one. It was a band called Aether Realm. And guys on the stage telling people to start up circle pits. And there's some rando right in front of the stage who yells, "Circles suck." It's like, okay, what do you want to do then? Triangles. Fine, we want to see triangle pits then. I was like, headbang for a minute or so. Look out. They're doing triangle pits.
It's like, is this going to be a new thing?
Toronto's weird.
You're not wrong about that.
Yeah, I know. I spent more time there in the past 4 months than I have in the past 4 years.
It is a interesting place.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, though.
Vegan options are good, though.
Yes, the food is always fantastic.
A pie clips.
A Apocalypse Now. Yum.
They had like a lasagna pizza last time I went.
Ooh.
It was really good. So yeah, that's the music I listen to. And really, I've actually been expanding that a lot now recently too. Like, I don't mind pop music now.
Okay.
It's weird. So when I'm in the car, I'll turn that on. It's like, I don't really listen to it, but I don't mind it in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just got turned on to a radio station called WFMU. They're in New Jersey. Yeah, they're in New Jersey, and they play everything. That's what I've been listening to out there.
Mm-hmm.
Where on a Wednesday morning, there's a noise show.
Noise?
Yeah, noise music.
Okay, yep.
Yeah. They have that, and they got another one like Friday nights. There's a polka show on Friday nights.
Nothing says Friday.
There's a funk show on Wednesday afternoons. And it's like, yeah.
Well, I'm down for whatever you plan.
Yeah, just play whatever. This is all pretty good, actually, so I'm having a lot of fun listening to that.
It's always nice to like expand your horizons a little bit. Listen to some of the stuff that you wouldn't typically listen to, and listen to it with open minds as well. Not just being like,
this is going to suck. Stuff I had before, where I wasn't comfortable on the camera, I wasn't comfortable talking like this. Whereas like I've dealt with a lot of issues over the past 2 years and got them settled.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, okay, I'm actually not afraid to go out and try things now.
Cool. Good.
Dylan Boyer, 101, again. Hello again. Which codex would you like to see get the 2.0 treatment? And I saw you use witch as in the spellcasting witch. And now I want witch hunters again. I want the old witch hunters codex back because that was fun.
Cool.
That's really just sisters, so. Which codex would you like to see 2.0? I don't know, what was even needed 2.0?
I mean, like, I feel like the default answer is like doing something to the Space Marines to try to.
Yeah, just bring them for like a mid-edition bump to get them caught up, like, which they really should do for anything that gets released really early on.
Yeah, like
they should be adjusted as it goes.
The Space Marines, the Dark Angels, the Blood Angels, and the Grey Knights could really use a little bit of boosting there.
Yeah, but there's still so many factions that could use like a 1.0 treatment.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sisters. Where's my Sisters Codex, GW?
You're still running off the index, right? Or is it in chapter approved, right?
It's the new chapter approved one, yeah. But there's still stuff that is in the index, like the Standard Bearer.
Okay.
Wasn't in the chapter approved, so you gotta go with the index still.
Still 2 books. Mm.
Yeah. And then if I bring Repressors, it's 3 books. Like I get the Forge Rule book then.
Yeah, anytime I feel like there's more than 1 book, that's really when my brain starts to be like...
Yeah.
Like, I have to flip through this book, and this book, and this book.
You know, and then I showed up to the 2nd edition events with the rule book, my codex, the War Gear book. You needed the Dark Millennium book, and you needed strategy cards, psychic cards, mission cards. Jeez. It was a lot more involved.
It's like, excuse me, as I pull everything out of my backpack now.
Oh yeah, like I had to reorganize everything so I could not stress over it. But yeah, anything from like the start probably needs a good update now.
Mm-hmm.
Anything still running on Index could use a 1.0. Also bring back Croup Mercenaries. I want to see them be good. Griff 2K9, what kind of AOS army would you be interested in learning to play? Oh. Honestly, if I were going to pick up AOS, I'd probably start looking for something that played like my old witches from the Dark Elder.
Okay.
So like fast glass cannon kind of thing, but that I can get stuck into a combat so it doesn't get shot, which I don't think is even a matter in AOS.
I was going to say in AOS, everything can shoot.
Yeah, it's like, so that doesn't even matter. Like, that's just it. Like, I haven't looked into the AOS system to know what I'd really like to play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really just going off the visuals I see. It's like, the Daughters of Cain, the Medusa stuff looks really cool.
Yes.
Vito picked it up, so it's like, no, I don't want to get it. I don't want to step on that. Carried on Overlords, I'd want to bring more vehicles than they probably intend to.
That's another one that
they're all behemoths, right?
Yes, they need to. Hopefully, we'll see some changes to that book when that gets re-released for AOS, because that is another one that really needs some changes so people can play it properly.
Yeah. Other than that, bring in a human faction.
Yeah, again, human faction.
Bring in a basic elf faction.
Yeah, the Deepkin are cool, but I feel like they're so far off elves, they no longer feel like elves.
Yeah, it's like you have Deepkin, you have Darzakane, you have... There's another one, isn't there?
I don't think so. Not right now. Is there? I don't think so. I think it's just those two right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess no, because Wanderers isn't a full one.
Yeah, they're just the old wood elf stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see an actual human, an actual elf, a basic dwarf. Like, I want those staples put in there.
Mm-hmm. And I know that G-Dub is trying to not customize, but try to make their things feel more unique to their IPs and stuff.
Yes, and I totally get that.
So, I mean, but it's that level of, like, how far do you take it off the norm, and does it still feel like what it was?
Yeah. Because,
yeah, we've got the Caradron Overlords and the Fire Slayers, but none of them feel like the dwarfs from fantasy.
Yeah. Fire Slayers do look cool, though.
Fire Slayers are really cool.
I like the Magnadroths.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was always a fan of the Dwarf Slayers to begin with. Super cool, and, like, their lore and everything. And then literally a whole army of them.
Well, and that's just the thing, because there was an old army list for, I want to say, like, early 6 for a campaign.
Okay.
There was an actual Fire Slayer, or not an old Slayer list. And I actually saw a couple people play it in tournaments we held here.
Oh, really? That's cool.
So that was really cool. And that was also a lot of fun to see.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, to answer that question, I don't know. I'd have to actually learn the system a lot better than my current understanding, which has been reading the 1.0 rulebook and the stats.
Yeah. The classic, you can read stats all you want, but in-game they're going to operate a little bit differently.
Oh, yeah, totally. And that's actually the end of my queue here.
Okay. Are we going to wrap it up then?
I think
we're at 12 after, so.
Yeah, we're going a bit long here. So I'm just going to close up the queue there. And we'll close this. So I'm not tempted to look at it anymore. And I'll say, thanks for showing up. I really do appreciate it. Steve will be back next week to do his sit and talk, where he'll also go through the questions that were left last week or 2 weeks ago. I don't know if should people leave stuff on this one?
Oh yeah, you can leave. We'll have Steve check both videos if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact. So yeah, comments will be disabled on YouTube.
From YouTube.
Yeah,
because we turn off comments in YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll make sure Steve checks both, so you don't have to go back and find the old video to post there. You can leave them in this video, and it'll totally be fine.
We'll make them be thorough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you for showing up. I had a lot of fun here today, and I hope I get to do it again sometime.
Alrighty, well, happy wargaming.
Happy wargaming. We'll see you again.